time it is. It's that official time. Where we take this worldwide. Let's go. Listen. So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape, definitely bringing you the pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point, then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Power Slam show. Let's go! Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Power Slam show. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Power Slam show. Turn it up.
What's going on, everybody? Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of Pancakes and Power Slams, baby. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. I'm actually trying to get a charger for my phone right now. Yeah. I'm trying to get a charger for my phone. Yeah, baby. How's the PNP Nation doing tonight? How y'all doing? Let's see what we got. Christopher saying, "What's up, Dr. Featherstone? Congrats on another great interview. Thank you, man. I appreciate that as always. Christopher, you are the man." Let's see. To USB adapter. Y'all just get to chill with me tonight. I just get to chill. We're just chilling, y'all. We're just chilling. We're just having a great time, y'all. Just chilling. And I found what I wanted, actually. Okay, let's see. Thank you for the compliment on the interview. Yet one more first interview all done. Yep. First interview with A double. Very, very fun with A double. So I'm trying to figure out if it's what I'm looking for here. Yep, I believe so. See, Elvis, I knew you. Elvis, I knew you'd come. I knew you'd come through, man. You light me up when you mention my Titans, man. You already know that. And I watched the game Sunday night, and for a Los Angeles Rams team who's very good, who only lost once before the game, who's very good, we dominated St. Louis, LA now. We dominated the Rams, dominated them. And yes, we won by 2 scores. 28-16 is what it said on the final score, but the Rams only scored the last, the very last part of the game. So we held them to 3 field goals into the last couple minutes of the game. So We dominated, man, and it felt good. And it felt good. We are still even if we had lost to the Rams are they're not in our division, so it wouldn't have affected our AFC South um, ranking. But yeah, we are number one in AFC South still, and it is great to know that. It is great to experience that. I'm a big fan. Um, Full gear. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to full gear. Let's get to full gear. Let's see. Let me get the full gear card up here. I'm invited to watch full gear, but I don't think I'd be able to do that. Um, Let me make sure. Okay. Let me pull up full gear. AE Dub, full gear. All right, here we go. Start off with Christian Cage and the Jurassic Express against Super Click. So they've been doing variations of this match before, within the past few weeks, and the Super Click have been gaining the advantage. Do they want a loss that early with an Adam Cole baby? I think the answer is yes. Yep, I think the answer is yes. Britt Baker and Ty Conti. I don't see Tay Conti winning the title at all. I like Conti. She's got a bunch of potential, but just kind of odd to put her in the title picture. She hasn't really gained enough reps to really be in that spot, So, yeah, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Conti being in the spot. I like her, but just her in the main event spot right now is just meh, meh. I definitely think I think Baker's had it since Double or Nothing, May, right? 6 months. Why does it seem like it's been longer? Um, I don't know why it seemed like it's been longer than that. Let me see. AW Women's World Championship. We find out. Because for some reason it seems like it's been longer than that. I don't know why. But I thought she won it at Double or Nothing in May. Let's see. Reigns. Let's see. That's not what I was looking for. All right, here we go. Yeah, she won it in May. Double or Nothing. That's right. She'd kept it for over a year. Wow. It's only been 4 champions. Very interesting. 4 champions. And Britt Baker's had it for not even 6 months yet. Like 5.5 months. 5 months and about 11 days. About 5.5 months. Why does it seem like it seems like it's been longer than that though? I don't know why, but it seems like it's been longer than only 5.5 months. Sheeta had it. I like Sheeta, but that was just an odd choice for her to keep it for that long. Sheeta she just wasn't super over. She just wasn't super over. All right. So as far as the rest, let's see. Punk and Kingston. Oh, okay. Hmm. Hmm. I definitely don't think Punk is going to win. I mean, I definitely don't think Punk is going to lose. But does Punk turn heel? Hmm. Does Punk turn heel? That is the question. Does Punk turn heel? And I think the answer is no. I think Punk's still trying. I think Punk is still on his fanboyness. Um, it's interesting how, I mean, it's really interesting how Eddie Kingston promo turned the channel for the fans, the mega, the super fans who love them some CM Punk. Man, that Dynamite promo, man, that flipped the script that fast. It seemed like CM Punk could do no wrong ever. You were having CM Punk chants for years in WWE, and it was like the second coming when he came back, and then people got tired of him very fast, very quickly. So do they turn him heel? I say just continue to Punk ride, continue to have him ride this, feel good wave. Um, I think you want to put him in a story though. You want to put him in a story where he's the underdog. Otherwise, yeah, it'll be just too much. It'll be just another CM Punk appearance. I think CM Punk and Miro would be a pretty good feud, actually. It would be really, really interesting to see that. I think CM Punk, I think Miro's a good heel to complement CM Punk. I think that would be really cool, actually. I'd be a fan of that. Um, I think CM Punk's going to be Eddie Kingston now. Darby Allen versus MJF. Ooh, I don't think neither of them can afford a loss, but MJF, him losing won't cost as much as Darby because Darby lost the last pay per view with Punk. So I think Darby's going to win. Lucha Brothers against FTR for the AEW Tag Team Championship. I think Lucha Brothers going to win that one. Inner Circle versus Man of the Year and American Top Team. I think Inner Circle is going to win. Brian Danielson and Miro, AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament. Brian Danielson. It wouldn't surprise me if they have Miro win it though, just because they put him in there last minute in place of Moxley. And would Moxley have beat Brian Danielson? I don't think so. So I think we'll see Brian Danielson and Kenny Omega. But do we see that again though? Because we already saw it once. So that means it would be Miro and Page, which I wouldn't be opposed to because Miro would be a good feud for Page to continue to give him some reps. Got something's going in my throat. Danielson and Omega again, though. Danielson and Omega again. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to see that again this quickly. Then that would mean Danielson and Page, which wouldn't make any sense because you want a really tough. You want a really solid heel for Page. So that would be Miro. So Miro beats Danielson. Yeah, I think Miro beats Danielson. So you'll get Miro versus Page, and then you'll have Page beat Miro. There you go. There's your predictions. Aaron's in the house. What's up? Thoughts on all the released people. So we're going to talk about Bearcat Lee shortly, but I'm actually going to put the links of Vince Russo and I talking about that because we talked about all of them. I'm going to give you both links. Vince Russo and I talking about them. Let's see. There's the first one. Just put that in the chat. So be sure to copy that. Don't go there now, but copy it and put it in your notes or something and paste it for another time. All right. Actually, I'll save the other one for later. Someone remind me to send the other link when we're about to get off air. All right. So we shall do that. Yes, episode 502. Very nice. Yeah, all Aries did have a good theory on why WWE could be released in time. That makes sense. Elvis is asking, who do you think will be inducted in Hall of Fame in 2022? Good question. I like questions like that. Hall of Fame 2022. See, I would say, I was waiting for Christian, but he's AEW now, so well, there you go. I still think Regal's going to go in. I know Batista is supposed to go in. Batista was supposed to go in last year or this year, but they changed their mind. So I think Batista go in again. I think it was some scheduling conflicts or something. So I think they'll put Batista in again. But Batista would have to headline, I think, though. I think you put The Rock in just because it's going to be in California, LA, I believe. 38 is going to 39 is going to be in LA. Inglewood, yeah. LA. Inglewood, yeah. So I think you put The Rock in there because he's a California guy. And I think he was born in California, wasn't he? California? Hayward, yeah. He's a California guy. So let's see. Trying to figure out what's the distance between Hayward to Inglewood. It's a long way. 5 hours and 41 minutes. California is so long. Such a long state. So, yeah, 5 hour and 40-minute drive. 330 miles. I mean, that's interesting. 330 miles, but still 5 hours and 41 minutes. Very interesting. 330 miles is from here to like Indianapolis. That's like 3.5 hours. Last month. Oh, that's 189. That's only 189 miles. 3 hours and 4 minutes. Oh, okay. Interesting. Let's see. I went to Pennsylvania in June. And that was 380 miles. That was a little over 6 hours. So, yeah. Okay. There you go. 5 hours, 41 minutes. That's not a terrible drive, but he's a California guy. So I think The Rock's going to be there. I think you put Rock in, Regal in. You usually have a deceased person, a tag team, and a black person. That's typically the the criteria for the Hall of Fame. So your deceased person would probably be Vader. You'll put Vader in there. Your tag team would be probably Midnight Express. It's Bobby Eaton just passed. That would be cool. Although they've never been, WWE people, there's been people who weren't WWE people, like Nick Bockwinkel's in the Hall of Fame. So I think you do Midnight Express, but they're posthumous though. It's usually posthumous. It's a main eventer, a mid-carder, posthumous, tag team, female, black person or minority. So I don't think you do posthumous Vader and then posthumous Midnight Express either. So I don't think you do that, or unless they don't have enough options and they have a posthumous singles and a posthumous tag team, which, yeah, possibly. So your main eventer would be The Rock. The mid carder would be Regal. The posthumous would be Vader. The tag team would be, say, if it doesn't have to be posthumous, let's go. Oh my goodness. Who's left? I don't know who's left as far as tag teams. That's not in the Hall of Fame. Tag teams not in the WWE Hall of Fame. All right, let's see. Steiner, the Midnight Express, like I said, that'll be posthumous. I don't know. Demolition. But I thought that they're still dealing with the concussion lawsuit, but I thought that was dropped though. Will they forgive them and still put them in the Hall of Fame? The Brainbusters would be interesting, but I don't think that they had a short time to be the Hall of Fame. Plus, they're already Hall of Fame as the Four Horsemen. The Rockers, I think they deserve the Hall of Fame, but that would be 3 Hall of Fame inductions for Shawn Michaels. Oh man, I don't know who else you put in there as far as a tag team. They're running out of tag teams. You might have to do 2 posthumous. You might have to go Midnight Express, and you might have to go posthumous Midnight Express and then posthumous Vader. Because I can't think of any teams that should be in there. I don't know. And then the female you put in Victoria. Victoria should have been in there a long time ago. Definitely put in Victoria. And the black person you put in I'd probably give The Rock the black person card and put him in. Because Mark Henry's in, Teddy Long's in. Ron Simmons is in. I mean, you have like an Ahmed Johnson, which I don't think he was established enough as far as longevity. He was super over, but as far as longevity is concerned, I don't think he goes. Who else do you put? Slick. There you go. I think you put Slick in the Hall of Fame. There you go. Put Slick in the Hall of Fame. It's a jive so bro. Is Slick in the Hall of Fame? I think you put One Man Gang in the Hall of Fame too, actually. No, he's not in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, man, put that man in the Hall of Fame. Put him in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely put him in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's my. Would you put Taker in the Hall of Fame though? Oh, you got to have a headliner. Yeah, I think you put the Rock. I think the Rock's. Oh, does the Rock go in before Taker though? No, he doesn't go in before Taker. Yeah, I think Taker's going to. I think Taker's going to headline. I definitely don't think that the Rock is, and I don't think the Rock and Taker's going to share the headline either though. Then you have someone like Lex Luger or Rick Martel. Like those people should go into. But yeah, interesting, very interesting stuff. Good question though. Love the question. You're a big Ohio State fan, absolutely. Was Trace Herman a good running back last year? Oh, absolutely, he was. He was a fantastic running back last year. He was someone who came in. I think he was transferred from Oklahoma. And he was just sharing reps with Master Teague. And yeah, I mean, he just for the last few games, he just was balling. He out of nowhere, he just came out and was just balling. And then they just they realized they had a gym here, and they put him in, and he was just doing an amazing job. I mean, like he was just finding holes very quickly and just finding creeks and crevices and cracks and just darting. He was fantastic. And then he got hurt the first play on the Alabama game and it just jacked him up. He did great at Clemson, awesome in Michigan. Well, we didn't play Michigan last year, but yeah, he did a great job. The championship game he did well as well. So yeah, Trace Herman was balling last year, the end of last year, last few games. And then he got hurt. First game against Alabama, the first game in Alabama game, the first play in the Alabama game, he got hurt and he was out for the rest of the night, unfortunately. So very sad stuff. I think possibly Ohio State would have had a better shot against Alabama if he was still in there, because that kind of derailed him. It derailed him a lot, actually. Watching Creed tonight. Good stuff. What's up, Diz? Power slam this year. We are my man Ben James in the building. Buckeyes basketball got the late bucket in the win by 1 point tonight. Kansas Jayhawks beat up Michigan State. So I'm a big Ohio State football fan. I'm still I'm a Ohio State supporter when it comes to basketball, but my basketball team's Duke. I'm a huge Duke basketball mark. I've been a Duke fan. I've been an Ohio State football fan since about 1987 or 8. I remember going to a game. It had to be. I was about it was about probably had to be about 87, 88, 89, somewhere around there. And I was I stopped I forgot who the football player was, but he was in the stands. I think he was getting something to drink or using the bathroom or something. I don't remember. But it was Carlos Snow. That's who it was. That's who it was. Carlos Snow. And stopped him, and I was um, just awestruck. See, Carlos Snow was there. Um, let's see, 87 to 91 was he was with the Buckeyes. So it was one of those years actually. So it was one of those years I went to an Ohio State game, and he was playing for Ohio State, and I stopped him. Well, I saw him, stopped him, and I was like, oh, it was cool. So I was there that time. So yeah, became a Ohio State fan around that time. Love Ohio State football. Huge Ohio State football mark. Out of any other sports, I'm the biggest Ohio State football mark, and I'm a Duke basketball mark because I started to become a Duke basketball fan in about 19. It was 1990. This is my 31st year as a Duke basketball fan. 1990, when they were in the March Madness. My aunt and my brother. My brother's a year younger than me. My aunt was still is a big Michigan fan, and I just wanted to be defiant. So I started liking Ohio State because Ohio State and Michigan was feuding. And then because my aunt got my brother, she got my brother, and he's a Michigan fan to this day. But she wasn't able to get me. I was like, no, I don't want to be a Michigan fan. No, I don't want to do it. So I started to become a Ohio State fan in football, and I became a Duke fan in basketball because Duke was rivaling with Michigan at the time with the Fab Five and everything. So, yeah, and UNLV, it was that kind of added on to me being a Duke fan. But what really got me was the fact that UNLV was just like running roughshod at that time with, oh goodness, they had Larry Johnson, Stacey Augman, like they were stacked, and the Duke were the underdogs, and I went to pull for the underdogs during that time, and I became a Duke fan in 1990. So I've been a Duke fan ever since. 1990, Titans fan since 96 when Eddie George went there. So 25 years as a Titans fan, 31 years as a Duke fan, about 33, 34 years as a Ohio State fan. Yeah, Duke, Ohio State, and Titans. Yeah. Yeah, 25 years as a Titans fan, 34 years as a Buckeye fan, 31. Oh, Bulls. I became a Bulls fan in 88. Yeah, 88 when the Detroit Pistons were big at that time and basketball. That's when I started becoming a Bulls fan. Jordan was only a few years in, and the Pistons were real good at that time. And I was a big Michael Jordan fan. So that's when I became a Bulls fan. That was in 88. So 33 years as a Bulls fan. Let's talk about Keith Lee real quick. Oh gosh, just terrible. I talk about this a lot on my other shows. Terrible. I despise the Survivor Series concept. I despise it. It's a terrible concept. It means nothing. There's no rhyme, no reason, no nothing, no payoff, no nothing. Just absolutely horrible concept. I used to love the old school Survivor Series. I loved it. Now there's absolutely no reason to watch Survivor Series. It's just absolutely terrible. You hate each other on Raw, but you got to team up with each other to go against the other team on Survivor Series for what? For nothing. There's no stipulations. There's nothing at stake. There's just nothing. It's nothing. So, yep. Yeah, Keith Lee, and I shared before. I shared with Vince Russo. Keith Lee. Here's my take on Keith Lee. Keith Lee really never had an opportunity to become a big star on the main roster. He came in with very little build. Came in just feeling like a decent enough name to make it, but not to go past the top. Not to go past the mid card or the upper mid card. He came in kind of feuding with Orton, kind of feuding with Drew. Like he was kind of in that mix. Like he came in as like the third wheel, the oddball out during the Drew and Orton feud. And it was just really weird. It was a weird place to put him at in the first place. It was just odd. And then he just started having just random matches that really didn't mean anything. And just it was just a really odd place to put him. And just bringing him up to the main roster to me was just a bad call. He still had equity left in NXT, I think. He could have came back. He could have got some retribution from Karrion Kross and got the belt back. For some reason, he won both the belts and he had to drop one of them. Like, who does that in 2021? Who has to drop belts in 2021? It just didn't make sense. I mean, it was just about DOA. I mean, as far as Keith Lee's run, never really made it on the main roster because they really didn't have any stock in him, and it was clear. And so there's rumors that he spoke up. Good for him. I mean, he's not going to be without a job. He's going to get released and Impact. Keith Lee's the man. Like they would love AEW would love someone like a Keith Lee. Both Keith Lee and Mia Yim. Although I think Mia Yim's going to go to Impact and because she did very well there as Jade. So I can see her going back to Impact. Does that mean Keith Lee goes to Impact? Sure. I mean, Ring of Honor's on the shelves for a while after next month. So ROH is out. And so Impact or AEW's the way to go unless you want to go to Japan, which, I mean, Mia Yim and Keith Lee, they can go to Japan, although New Japan doesn't have a women's division. So yeah, I think AEW is probably. I think Impact's where we're probably going to see Keith Lee, but releasing him is just. They should have just put him back to NXT. He was so over in NXT. I mean, he just really. I know NXT 2.0 has a different flavor to him, but you got to have some people in there that are credible. Adam Cole and Christian is very quickly falling off a cliff. I mean, that's the oversaturation. I've said this before. I mean, AEW is oversaturated. So, like, it's gotten to the point where you have to try to find something for so many people nowadays that it's hard to really make anyone look amazing. Like, because everybody's just like Austin Aries said. He said too much supply, not enough demand right now in AEW. That's perfect way to put it. Okada making an appearance in AEW while he's here in the States. That would be interesting. Walking through the forbidden door. I'm still a huge Okada mark. Big fan. Elvis, you met Kevin Nash and he signed on Saturday. You met Kevin Nash and he signed an action figure of him. 99 asked him what he learned from Dusty Rhodes, and he went on to praise Dusty Rhodes, baby. There's a lot about Dusty Rhodes. Punk doesn't move the needle for me to still. Yeah. Oh, that probably was fire. Going to make Punk quit again for 7 years. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, interesting. I think he doesn't want to. He didn't want to ruffle any feathers, but it made it worse. So Taker. Yep, agreed. Taker. People agree on Taker. Did I like Friends? Nope, never got into Friends. Never got into Friends. Rock will go into 39 in Hollywood. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think he'll go in 39 in Hollywood. Inglewood, actually. Posthumous means after they died. And it's actually a H. It's posthumous. 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 It means after they died. 22 would be Taker Cool? No, I don't see that. Vader, yeah. Cyndi Lauper, I can see that. Funaki, Elvis. Funaki? Okay. No. Keith likes the idea of Slick in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, man. You gotta put the man in the Hall of Fame. You gotta put the Doctor of Style Slick in the Hall of Fame. Like, put him in the Hall of Fame, man. Come on. Put him in the Hall of Fame. Are we heading toward the top 5 Michigan versus All-State game in Ann Arbor in a few weeks? I don't know, Des. I'm not confident. I'm not confident that Penn State's going to lose to the Michigan. I'm not confident that Michigan's going to get past Penn State, honestly. And yeah, I don't see it. I got to check the new BCS. I meant to do that tonight, but I was at the gym and then I got me a new phone, and so I was at the daggone phone place for like 3 hours. So it was long. They had to transfer and portal and all types of just craziness. So, but I got the phone that I wanted. I got the new flip, the Fold 3. So that's the best phone on the market right now, and I wanted it, and that's my graduation gift from to myself for being 15 months a doctor, and I got the Fold as a gift to myself. So I'm a fan. So far it's super cool, and I'm enjoying it already. So that is a gift to myself, baby. A gift to myself. That's my graduation gift, baby. Although my wife did a fantastic job on my birthday. She did a birthday / graduation party, and she did an awesome job. Saturday, anniversary of Montreal school job. Yep, today's the 9th anniversary of Montreal school job. Vince Russo and I will be talking about that on the next show of Writing with Russo. So Survivor Series is becoming just another pay-per-view. All the people on the teams were just a brand. Yeah, I mean, it's just exactly, Ricky. This is terrible. There's no purpose for Survivor Series. It has zero purpose at all. No payoff, nothing. I mean, a good friend of mine, he threw out an interesting point. He said it's like an all-star game. Okay. Now here's the thing. I'll give you that to an extent. Okay. Now here's the problem with that feel. All right. The pro wrestling doesn't have enough star power as basketball. It's not all stars because Shotzi Blackheart would not make the all-star team. I like Liv Morgan. I really like Liv Morgan, but Liv Morgan wouldn't make the all-star team at this moment. And so it's not all stars. It doesn't have an all-star feel to it. It's not an all-star team. It's not an all-star game. And it's not exciting enough to develop enough stars to have an all-star game. Like, there's no star power. And at least it was East versus West, but there's not really brand supremacy. It's just, at least there's some excitement with the dunk contest and all that stuff. The all-star game is the Sunday is just a culmination of what a lot of people enjoy more, which is the celebrity game, the old school versus rookies, the 3-point shootout, the slam dunk contest, just the whole weekend full of festivities. It's more than just the All-Star game. So that, I mean, you really can't compare it. You know what I mean? That was a good try. I'll give them that. It was a good try to say an All-Star game, but there's nothing All-Star. There's not an All-Star feel to WWE product whatsoever. And then, like, if the West loses to the East, so what? Or if the East loses to the West, so what? You're not hurting. Like, no one's hurting. No one's being lesser than in the All-Star game when it comes to basketball. But the point of pro wrestling is to make people look good in order to have a lot of heat or a lot of pops. And no, a Big E match against Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns isn't going to lose against Big E. And so if Roman Reigns loses against Big E, I'm a big Big E fan. Big E's my favorite person in WWE. But is this really helping because Roman Reigns hasn't lost a match in over 2 years? And why would someone from another brand be the one who breaks his streak? Roman Reigns needs to win. He needs to lose a match, a singles match against someone who is being pushed, who can actually take the title off of him. So that doesn't do anything. And so most likely Big E is going to lose. And how in the world is this helping Big E? It didn't help Drew McIntyre last year when Drew McIntyre went against Roman Reigns and he lost to a choke. That was the beginning of the downfall of Drew McIntyre to me, as far as he felt like a mortal person. Like he was running roughshod and had a very dominant record. Fans loved him. And then he lost to Roman Reigns, and there was no payoff. There was no rematch. There was no aftermath. There was nothing. He just lost to Roman Reigns. And that's the beginning of the end of Drew McIntyre's large and in life feel. Keith watched Christian Lander play high school basketball in Nichols. He's from my area. Nice. One of the greatest Duke basketball players of all time. I agree with you, Doc. They should bring back the old Survivor Series format back and have Clash of Champions be brand versus brand pay-per-view. I don't think you even need a brand versus brand. That's the thing. It's unnecessary. I don't care. No one cares about a brand versus brand pay-per-view. There's no need. The Survivor Series format, it was great. It brought in a lot of superstars all at once on a big card, and it made feuds relevant and made them look relevant. After this, we're not going to have another pay-per-view for another 6 weeks until New Year's Day. So that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time to try to figure things out. That would be interesting. NWA. Sure. Why not? Yeah. Yeah. Sure. I think you put the nation in there, though, because I usually put either tag teams or factions. There you go. I think you put the nation in there, but the Rock and the nation going in before the Rock is singles. I still don't think you do that, though. Rock goes in singles first. Have I met Kevin Nash? No, I have not. Yeah. Last main roster pay-per-view of the year. Ugh. Right. Yes. WWE, forget it. Maybe the Pro Bowl. I'll give you Pro Bowl, but Pro Bowl was not exciting. Not so much. It's still the best of the best, though, but it still doesn't have that feel. Yeah, I like to be Fab. Definitely like to be Fab. As far as stadium shows, I'm a big fan of that. I'm a huge fan of that. Big fan. Big fan. Big fan, baby. I think it makes it have a big feel, a bigger feel to it. Bad News Brown. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Bad News Brown in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, big fan of stadium shows. I think that creates a bigger fight feel for the bigger pay-per-views. Yep. So I'm a fan. They're gonna have a stadium show. And they've been doing stadium shows more at the Rumble, which I like. Has that really big feel. When Drew won, it was a stadium show. Big fan. Um, SummerSlam was a stadium show. I was a big fan of that. Money in the Banks is going to be a stadium show, which I'm a big fan too. So I like it. And most of WWE's pay per views next year is going to be Saturday night, so that should be interesting too. Tap Out Talk is asking, Chris always felt like Survivor Series should include the following traditional Survivor Series matches. Yes, Elimination Chamber and War Games, you could rotate the gimmicks every year. You have your traditional matches, yes. I think you just have. I don't even think it needs that. I think that you just have your traditional. I mean, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Have traditional Survivor Series matches and put something at stake. When Sting debuted, it was amazing. That's really the last Survivor Series match I really remember it meaning anything. It was at stake. The Authority versus the WWE. Sting came, and that was one of Dolph Ziggler's best moments because he was the one who had the pin who saved WWE. But that was awesome. That was amazing. I'm marked out. There was a bunch of us at B-Dubs, a bunch of us fellas at B-Dubs watching wrestling, and I marked out. it was probably my last big mark out moment. Was 2014 when he debuted. So 7 years ago. Yeah, you just do traditional matches. Like I was working out, catching up on SmackDown today. And I was looking at so they've been feuding. Right now, there's just a bunch of feuds that just are there. Okay. So right now you're dealing with like a Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss against the Lost. I mean, with the Los Lotharios, because the Los Lotharios helped them win last week. So you can tie that in. So there's a 4-on-4 already right there. So they would go against Nakamura, Rick Boogs, and the Viking Raiders. There's your 4-on-4 right now. I'm bigger on 5-on-5. So you can easily throw another person there. You can do team captains. Right there is when you do the singles wrestler team captains. So you would do like a decent singles feud right now, which is well, you have Corbin and Nakamura. So you can have that Team Corbin, Team Nakamura, and then you can throw like a singles person in there, like a Sami Zayn and a Jeff Hardy in there. You know what I mean? Like, just that's typically how it goes, and it's pretty cool. Like on Raw, you can do like a you have Sheamus over there too, and Jeff Hardy and Sheamus has history, so you can have them too. But on Raw, you can do like say you do Lashley. So what's a big feud? See, I can't even think of a big Raw feud right now. Let me look at my notes from like a big Raw feud. Say, I mean, we saw it like the Dirty Dogs and Styles and Omos against RK Bro and Street Profits. That's a Survivor Series match. You can throw in two more singles in there. And yeah, throw in two more singles. And it will work. You do like a you even do two teams. You even do three sets of teams. Add the Mysterios in with the babyface team. And you add Alpha Academy with the heel team. So there's 6-on-6. 6-on-6. 3 separate tag teams on Raw. Bingo. See, you have that type of deal. I mean, that stuff like that is much more intriguing and meaningful to me. KRD, do I see talent like Umaga, Viscera, Test, Vader, and Sable ever getting in the WWE Hall of Fame? How aren't they in already? I can see Sable going in. She had a really big presence during the Attitude Era. I can definitely see her going in. Vader, I can see him going in. Test, unfortunately, I don't see it. I was a huge Test fan back in the day, but I mean, yeah. So, yeah, it's Umaga. I can see Umaga going. Yeah. Viscera is a really interesting. Viscera. Viscera. No, unfortunately. Because you've got the King Mabel. You've got a lot for Viscera. I think he's Hall of Fame worthy. I think he is, but I'm not quite confident that the WWE is going to put him in the Hall of Fame, though. Michael, what's up, man? God bless you. I'm sick and tired of the WWE now. No direction on anything. Yeah, no direction on anything. None whatsoever. Cool. People saying the Rockers. No, I don't see them working with Marty Jannetty. Although I think he should be in the Hall of Fame, but I'm not quite sold on them working with Marty Jannetty. Demolition, I definitely think they should be in the Hall of Fame, 100%. But they have their concussion stuff, so not quite confident that that's going to happen either. So, all right, y'all. Lillian Garcia. I don't know. I mean, if that's the case, you put in Tony Chimmel. Speaking of that, I need to call him back. I talked to him on the phone a couple months ago. He wanted me to call him back. I need to call back Tony Chimmel and bring him on my unscripted show. Yeah, I need to do that. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go. That was this is a fast show. This was fast this week. That's pretty cool. Just ran through. It's good stuff, y'all. Fun stuff. All right, y'all. Be sure to follow me at Chris Prolific. 3-minute warning. I'm not quite sure about that. No, I don't think so. I think you have Umaga in the Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, I don't think Rosie makes it. Very unfortunate. I don't think he makes it though. Follow me at Chris Prolific. Right there. Spirit Squad. Interesting. Go ahead and hit that sub. Right there. Subscribe. Mooney Page was me to let you know that it's Stars Awards fan page. Okay, got you. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here for the night. It's been a pleasure as always. Appreciate everybody coming through. PMP Nation, have a good time as always. Until next week, enjoy your week of wrestling. God bless, and always remember, I do it for you. Have a good night, everybody.